Did anyone else catch Kody Brown on Special Forces? Please, somebody tell me I'm not the only one who sat there in disbelief listening to the bizarre things that came out of his mouth. If you missed it, don't worry, I've got you covered. Today we're going to break it all down together and talk about the strangest, most jaw-dropping comments Kody made during his time on the show. And let me tell you, there's plenty to unpack here. But before we dive into this roller coaster of nonsense, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey there, my name is Amanda Ray. On this channel, I cover all things sister wives, sometimes recapping, sometimes analyzing, and yes, often debunking the chaos that seems to follow this family around. If you consider sister wives your guilty pleasure, then congratulations, you've officially found your new favorite spot on YouTube. I hope you'll stick around, hit that subscribe button, and of course, join me in the comments below to share your thoughts and opinions. Now, let me ask, did you watch Special Forces Season 4? Did you see Kody Brown stumble his way through it? And most importantly, did you catch some of the sexist comments that came out of his mouth? Because y'all, it was a lot. Honestly, I'm relieved that US Weekly decided to cover it because sometimes Kody says things so outrageous that you almost need a professional publication to repeat it back in print, just so you know you didn't imagine it. Let's start with the most eye-rolling part. Kody Brown, star of Sister Wives, stood there on national television and declared that to be good at being a man, you need to push yourself to do hard things. That's his whole philosophy. Meanwhile, we've all spent the past several years watching him do the exact opposite, fail over and over again at being a supportive husband, a fair partner, or even a present father. But hey, that's just my opinion. Even Kody himself admitted during his Special Forces stint that his views on men versus women might not be the most popular. And he wasn't lying about that. But here's where it gets juicy. Do you remember some of the women who were on that season with him? Because the cast lineup included some strong, outspoken ladies, women who don't back down easily. I mean, we're talking about some housewives here. There was Eva Marcel, and yes, Teresa Giudice. And if you know anything about Teresa, you know this woman does not play around. She's flipped tables, she's been to prison, and she still came back swinging. This is a lady who does not care if she hurts your feelings. Can you imagine Kody trying to lecture her on what it means to be a man? Oh, I was waiting for it. I was practically on the edge of my seat, waiting for these women to call him out to his face. Now, let's back up a bit and put this into perspective. Kody Brown first became a household name through TLC Sister Wives, documenting his life as a Mormon and later a practicing polygamist. Over time, he went from being a curiosity on reality TV to, well, a walking cautionary tale. And just when you think his story couldn't get stranger, he signs up for Season 4 of Fox's Special Forces, World's Toughest Test. Suddenly, an even larger audience who might not even watch Sister Wives is getting their first introduction to Kody Brown. At the time of filming, Kody was spiritually married to Robin Brown, the wife he's been with since 2010. Of course, back then he was still married to Mary, Janelle, and Christine as well. He and Robin made it legal in December 2014, and he even adopted her 3 children from a previous marriage. Together, they also had 2 children of their own, Solomon and Ariella. But as we all know by now, those original 3 marriages collapsed one after another. And today, Robin's the only one left standing by his side. The other wives announced their splits, and Kody has done a lot of finger-pointing since. Now, despite all the drama, Kody made it clear he felt grateful that Robin supported him when he decided to join Special Forces. That's nice, but honestly, it's the bare minimum. What stood out more was his retelling of how that decision came about. In an interview with US Weekly, he explained that when producers called him about being on the show, he told Robin and her response was, "We're going to have to discuss this." But they never actually did. A month passed, then another. Finally, Kody asked her, "We're not going to discuss this, are we?" And her answer? "I know you're going to do it, and there's no way I'm going to stop you." To Kody, this was practically a green light. He admitted that maybe joining was stupid, but in his words, it was the kind of challenge he craved. He described the whole thing as almost spiritual, saying that at his age, the idea of having a purpose, a reason to get in shape, and to prove himself was marvelous. Now, I don't know about you, But Kody calling a reality TV boot camp spiritual might be the most Kody Brown thing I've ever heard. And then there was Robin again. According to Kody, she usually doesn't like watching herself or him on television. But this time, she insisted on watching him on Special Forces. I'll leave you to interpret what that means, but something tells me she wanted to see if he'd actually hold up under pressure or embarrass himself on camera. Here's where it really got messy. During a September 2025 confessional, Kody said, "I'm going to say this at the risk of sounding sexist. I think men want to be respected, and women want to be loved. I don't care if you love me, but I care if you respect me." And yes, he actually said that. Out loud. On television. In 2025. Now, I don't know about you, but I was floored. Not only is that an outdated stereotype, it's one of those lines that makes you pause and wonder how this man can still be so completely unaware of the world around him. And of course, he didn't stop there. Kody went on to explain that pushing himself through difficult challenges was, in his opinion, the definition of being a man. He said, "Every once in a while you need proof of who you are." And while he was trying to prove himself, he claimed his children were his inspiration. "I want my children to see that I can do the impossible, still keep the old man out," he said. Now let's just stop right there. Because this is where I lose my patience. Kody, what children are you talking about? The only kids you have a relationship with these days are Robin's. The rest, we've watched your relationships with them fall apart right in front of the cameras. So how dare you sit there and pretend like you're doing this for your kids? When was the last time you even picked up the phone to call them, let alone showed up to support them? I'll be honest. I wish Kody would have a real spiritual experience, one that would humble him, force him to swallow his pride, and pick up the phone to mend those broken bridges with his kids. That would be proof of manhood, if you ask me. Not running through an obstacle course in the desert while cameras are rolling. And here's what I truly hope happens. I hope one of those housewives on Special Forces looks him in the eye and asks the hard questions. How many kids do you have, Kody? Do you talk to all of them? Where are you as a father? Because that's what the audience is asking. And there is no excuse good enough for the way he has treated his children. None. Kody loves to talk about being a man. But let me say this as clearly as I can. If being a man means what Kody is doing, then I want no part of that definition. Because real men don't run away from their responsibilities. Real men don't play the blame game every time life gets hard. Real men don't throw tantrums on national TV and act like victims when things don't go their way. Kody isn't a man, he's a boy. And not even a mature boy. A sulking, finger-pointing, self-pitying little boy who refuses to grow up. Think about it. He throws tantrums, he yells, he screams. He blames everyone else for his own failures. He acts bizarre in confessionals, almost like he's performing for an audience that isn't even there. Do you remember that trailer clip where he said, "I'm going to be the devil they think I am"? Or when he tried to act naughty for the cameras. It was awkward, it was strange, and it was downright childish. Honestly, it feels like Kody is aging backwards. His body might be getting older, but his maturity level, it's dropping fast. And honestly, I have to stop myself there, because I could rant about this all day. But I want to hear from you. What do you think about Kody Brown's Special Forces appearance? Did you hear the same sexist comments I did? Do you think he embarrassed himself? Or do you think he actually proved something? Let's talk about it in the comments, because I'm dying to know if you felt the same secondhand embarrassment I did watching this unfold. And don't forget, Sister Wives Season 20 airs tonight on TLC at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. You know I'll be tuning in, and tomorrow I'll be right back here with a full episode recap. You definitely don't want to miss that. So make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button, and share this video with your fellow Sister Wives fans. Thank you so much for watching, thank you for supporting, and I'll see you either in the comments or in the next video.